everybody, what is up? It is your girl Rue again from Spirit Reads on Instagram. So in this video, you guys, what I'm going to be doing is I am going to be doing a reading for, or a general reading for February 2020 for all signs out there. Now, if you haven't already done so, please go to my previous video that I did yesterday about February 2020 love, pick a card. So make sure to check that video out and let me know what you think about that one. But without further ado, you guys, go ahead and choose your cards, either 1, 2, or 3 of these beautiful crystals, and we are going to get started on the general reading. All right, this one is for you guys that pick the first set of cards with this beautiful crystal. Let's see what we got going on. We have the Page of Pentacles in reverse, the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. The Empress. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of feminine energy going on here. The Knight of Cups. Okay. And then we have the Temperance card. So the first thing that comes to my mind when I'm looking at this is working on a balance between your emotional self as well as your practical self. Also working on a balance between your masculine side and your feminine side. I feel like a lot of you all out there are maybe lacking the balance between the two, and maybe you're just maybe really on the feminine side, or maybe more so on the masculine side. Maybe you may not be in touch with your emotions, but you may be very logical, you may be very practical, or maybe you are very emotionally aware and have very great interpersonal skills, but you may be lacking on the practical side of life, or the logical side of life, or the grounded side of life. And I feel like a lot of you out there need to balance both aspects of life. And one thing that's going on with me that Spirit wants me to say is that some of you all need to work on the lower level chakras, and then some of you all need to work on the higher level chakras. If you fall so on the emotional side, I would work on the lower, maybe root chakra, that red base chakra, being rooted and grounded in the world. Or, if you are more so, on the practical and logical side, start working on the upper chakras. And the color that's coming through is purple. So the crown chakra, the more spiritual side of you. So maybe I'll say that if you seem to be more like grounded and rooted and practical, work more so on the spiritual side. That's what I mean, the spiritual side. And if you have more so of the spiritual side going on, where you feel more so spiritually, work on that practical side too, because you can be spiritual, and things of that nature, and you may be, maybe even, contacting your ancestors or praying a lot and have a, a good relationship with your spirit guides. But you also need to remember that you also have a practical side to your life too. You also need to take care of home, pay your bills, work, things like that. And be grateful for those things that you have, because I feel like some of you all may be so focused on the spiritual and emotional side of things that you are, maybe being like, oh my gosh, my job sucks. Oh my gosh, I hate paying bills. But be thankful that you are in a position where you can pay your bills. Be thankful that you are in a home that you can be in. Be thankful that you do have a home to clean up. Just be thankful for the practical things that you have in life, because that, coincides with the spiritual as well. You can't have one without the other. And if you are spiritual, thank the divine for you having food, clothes, and shelter. And also, if you are falling more so on the practical, side of things, make sure that you are trying to open up more spiritually. Maybe start trying to, embrace some of your, emotions a little bit more. Try to become emotionally aware, because this is a big month, you guys, where balance is everything. You need to master both sides of you. You need to master both the masculine and the feminine, the spiritual, and the earthly realm. It's duality. Duality is the word that comes to mind. You need to really work on the duality of being a human. You need to be, work on the duality of being a spiritual being, because you you are both human and a spiritual being. So make sure that you work on, you know, both things, because humans are complex and we need to start recognizing that and start working on the complexities of being a human as well as a spiritual being. Okay? So let's see what else we got going on here. My daughter fell asleep. She's right beside me. She's knocked out. Let's pull a clarifying card for what I just said for you guys. Clarifying card for them. All right, let's see what we got. Y'all, look. Let two become one, just like I was saying with this duality. I don't have to say too much more because this clarified it enough. Duality. Work on the, you know, both sides of being human. Like I said, I don't know what else to say because it's like the spiritual side and the practical side, the masculine side and the physical, you know, and the feminine side, the physical as well as the spiritual. Just work on all things that encompass being human, because if you do that in February, I feel like that's going to really set you up for 2020 moving forward, where you will have more skills, you know, in your tool belt to continue on your journey. So anyways, you guys, that is all I have for y'all's reading. Who picked card number 1? If you would like to go more in depth in this reading, please hit me up on my Instagram at Spirit Reads. That's SPIRITREADZ. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, as well as comment down below. And we are going to move to the second set of cards for you guys that chose this beautiful crystal right here. All right, let's see what we got. We have the Knight of Swords in reverse. The Death card in reverse. Okay, don't get scared. The Ace of Wands. Swift movement happening. Swift movement. People getting tired of something. The Justice card in reverse. A lot of reverse. The Two of Cups in reverse. And then we have the Four of Cups in reverse. Main thing that comes to mind here, you all, is to watch your mouth. Watch the things that you speak into existence about others. Watch the mean things you may say about others. Just watch what comes out of your mouth this month, because in February, for you all that picked, you know, the set of, pick the cards in number 2, this is a pivotal month for speaking things into existence. And I feel like a lot of you all may be having a little bit of trouble with the tongue. People may be trying you. People may be trying to test your gangster. People may be trying to talk behind your back. People may be throwing shade at you or being rude to you or talking behind your back. But the thing that you have to understand is you have to rise above the BS. You need to speak love and light, even if the individuals are being rude to you, even if they're hurting your feelings, even if you feel like going the F off on them and telling them about their mama, daddy, sister, and brother and where they can go, period. But it's not time for you to do that. Even if in the past you may have, you know, somebody talk behind your back or did something wrong to you, you may have cussed them slam out. It's a time to let that go. You need to let that side of yourself go. Let go of all mean thoughts, you know, and I'm not saying let go of them all because we're human, but just try to let go of the mean thoughts and the negative thoughts you have on others. Just try to let go of the mean things and the negative things you have to say about yourself. Let that go. And I feel like a swift change will happen when it comes to raising your vibration, because the divine is going to recognize that you are trying. Even if people are being rude to you and mean to you, you're still trying with them. And for a few of you out there, I feel like this is a kind of karmic time for you, well, where maybe you have been an aggressor or a mean person to another, but this is the time for you to reap that karma back. And you might have people really trying you and testing you, but the divine is trying to see how you are going to act in these situations. And if, you know, the divine sees that you are, you know, becoming a better person and, you know, progressing and trying to be more kind and gentle with people, you will be rewarded for it. You will be rewarded for it, and swift change will happen, and justice will be served to you. That karmic connection will go null and void, you know. But another thing I see here is if you don't do that and you just keep acting rude to people, and if people do you dirty, you try to get revenge back. And that's another thing Spirit wants me to say about revenge. Don't take revenge this month. Don't do it, because it's going to leave you feeling emotionally hurt. You going to be the one hurt in your relationships if you do that. You may think that you may have the upper hand by you being rude to people, but in reality, at the end, you're going to be the one suffering. You're going to be the one in emotional turmoil. So the main objective here, people, is to not seek revenge. Be the bigger person. Even if you don't want to, be the bigger person this month of February. Rise above the BS. Rise above those lower vibrational energies, and become more of a person who wants to do better. I'll say that, do better. And the divine will reward you for that. But if you don't, you're going to end up getting your feelings hurt in one way or the other, whether it be, from a spiritual standpoint or a earthly standpoint. Either way, you'll end up getting your feelings hurt. So make sure to rise above the BS this month. So anywho, let's pull a clarifying card for what I just said. Right? We have, do not fear the unknown. And that's the part where I'm trying to say, the thing that Spirit wants me to say is, some of you all out there are so used to being, having a guard up and, being really aggressive to people because you don't want to get hurt, and you feel like if you let your guard down and be more gentle and kind, you don't know what people will do to you or if people will take advantage of you. But do not fear the unknown of how things will happen if you become the bigger person and the nicer person and the better person. Because if you let that guard down and just let go and don't worry about what people are saying about you and just rise above, the unknown is going to be great for you. The unknown is going to give you, gifts that you have never imagined, either spiritually or earthly. Because like I said, this is a karmic time for you. And the divine knows that you may have a hard time letting your guard down or shutting your mouth or, letting people have the last word instead of you. But make sure this month that you let that guard down a little bit, be a little bit more kind, a little more gentler, because the unknown can be great for you, or you might end up a little hurt. Like I said, the unknown might be bad. Okay. So anywho, that is the reading that I have for you guys that picked pile number 2. If you would like to go further into this reading, please hit me up on my Instagram at Spirit Reads. That's SPIRITREADZ. And we are going to get started on the 3rd set of cards. If you chose the cards underneath this beautiful fluorite crystal that I got, that I really love. I brought this to work and it really helped me get through the day. Let's see what we got going on. We have the 8 of Pentacles in reverse, the Page of Swords, the King of Cups, the 5 of Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles, and the 5 of Swords. Very interesting. From what I see here is some of you all need to change your perspectives on life when it comes to work endeavors or your career. I feel like a few of you all may be feeling a little bit stuck when it comes to your career, or you may be falling into that vicious trap of looking at what other people have and wondering why the F you are not there yet. Why do they deserve having that career and I don't have it? Why does this person have millions of dollars and I don't? What have I done in my life to not allow me to get to that point? And I feel like a few of you all may be feeling a little bit sad about that, or a little bit envious, if you really think about it, about those people who do have those things that you wish you had, career wise or money wise or jewelry wise or fancy car wise, whatever. This is a time this month, instead of feeling that way, you guys, this is a time for you to start working on your craft. Start working at what you want. Stop looking at the negative and saying, oh, woe is me, what I don't have. And start thinking about, okay, this is what I want. I'm motivated by seeing what that person has. I'm motivated by it. I'm going to try something new. I'm going to be honest with myself and say, hey, what is the career path I want to go down? Hey, what is this goal I have for my life when it comes to me making money and practical things of life? Hey, maybe I want to save some money. What do I need to do that? Do I need to talk to somebody? Do I need to create a spreadsheet? What is it that I need to do? Hey, maybe this town is not the best town for me. Maybe I need to travel and try another town to get money in. Maybe I need to try a new job. Maybe I need to try something new in order to get to the place I want to be practically or career-wise. This is not a time to fall into the trap of woe is me, what I don't have, woe is me, I ain't got this, but they do. Don't do that. That is not the month, because it can go either way for you. Either you can see what other people have and be mad and sad about it because you don't have it, or you can be happy and say, you know what? I'm motivated by that person. I'm motivated that I'm not where I need to be right now because I know I'm going to work at it. Even though it may be hard and I wish I was there already, I'm going to work at it and I'm going to accomplish the goals that I want to accomplish. I'm going to be the person who, somebody may look at and say, hey, I wish I was them. But then you can go back to, when you do get to that point, you can go back to that time where you kind of felt a little envious or you felt like you wish you were there, and talk to them about it and be a mentor to them. This is a time in February for you guys to choose. Are you going to keep looking at the person and saying, well, it's me as to what you don't have, or you are going to use that as motivation and start grinding and working to what you want? Because if you start grinding and working to what you want right now, it's going to be a beautiful 2020 for you. But you just got to keep the faith in yourself. That's the main objective, is keeping the faith in February. You really need to keep the faith in February and work at the same time. Not just faith, work too. Not just work, faith too. You need both of them in order to get through this month. So let's see if we can pull a clarifying card on what I just said for you guys. Manifestation too, you guys. Please, manifestation is key for the people who pick this pile. I keep getting that from Spirit. Manifestation. And there we go, right there. Seek your destiny. This is a time for you to seek out where you want your life to go practically. Seek it out. This is a portal. You see that, like right there? This is a portal for you. If you start to grind and work hard and be practical with yourself and be honest with yourself about how you need to go about accomplishing your goals for you to get money or you to be successful, this is the time to do it. This is not the time for you to let negativity and negative entities make you think that you need to have a woe is me attitude and give up because you feel like you're not where you're supposed to be. And this is Spirit talking right now. This is a time really for you guys to buck up. This is a time to buck up, put on your big girl pants, put on your big boy pants, and start mapping out what you want your career to be like, what you want success to be like for you, how you want to take care of your family, how you want to take care of yourself, your wife, your husband, your girlfriend, boyfriend, your kids. This is a time for you to work on that. And February is it for you guys. Just make sure you don't fall into that trap, because negative entities are always lurking, trying to, take you off your path because they see the beautiful things that can come of it. You see all these pentacle cards, there's beautiful things that can come of it. But make sure that you keep your emotions in check and you start thinking practically about things and not negatively and overly emotional, okay? So anyway, that is the reading I have for you guys that picked the pile number 3. If you would like to go deeper into this reading, please hit me up on my Instagram at Spirit Reads. That's SPIRITREADZ. This has been a wonderful time, you guys. Please make sure to like and subscribe to my channel and watch my other videos, you guys. But anyway, I will talk to you later. Bye.